Freedom! Mel Gibson, whatever you do in your personal life, whatever demons you have, however batshit crazy you are, which, whatever, um, nothing can take away Braveheart. Nothing can take away this great masterpiece, this bloody epic, this incredible experience of a movie. One of the greats. I love this movie. This, of course, swept the 1995 Oscars. Mel Gibson won for Best Director, won Best Picture, and a lot of other technical awards as well. I love it. I mean, it is kind of one of the last great epics before kind of like the early 2000s, where pretty much any kind of movie like this that you'd see kind of made everything like digital armies and computer graphics and stuff. And it's nice. I mean, with like Lord of the Rings, I love those movies. They're great. And for fantasy movies, you can see why they would use that. But for like like something like 300 or whatever, you're kind of like, I don't know. But this one, it's like really on screen, real choreographed battles, real locations, beautiful cinematography. I wish. This is another movie that I wish I had on Blu-ray, but I'll stick with the DVD for now. Just a great epic, really amazing battle scenes, and a great story as well. I mean, William Wallace, very interesting character, and yes, okay, whatever. I mean, people can knock holes in the historical accuracies of this story. Please feel free to do so, but I'll base what I like about the movie on the movie itself, not about the real William Wallace, who wasn't quite the saint that he was made out to be. But whatever. Mel Gibson is great in the role. Kind of, and it's similar to kind of like maybe something like Gangs of New York, or to some extent Gladiator, where his primary goal is revenge. I mean, basically, what is it? Prima Noctre, or Prima Noctre, first night. Um, fucking English. Those fucking English pieces of shit. They take the wives of the Scots. They have rights to, and then when his wife resists, she's killed, and that's kind of what sparks this revolution of the Scots against the English. And what a great story of revolution it is. Doesn't feel like it cheats. I mean, it gradually progresses the story of William Wallace. It's just, like they show his childhood, and he kind of grows up within war. That's what he knows, what he's good at. And so that's what kind of drives him in his adult life when he does lead this revolution. And he becomes this great leader, and ultimately he does become a martyr for his cause, and that's kind of what it's all about. It all leads up to that final moment where, of course, he screams freedom. That's an iconic moment in a great film. Oh man, it's so good. And Mel Gibson, I mean, he's great in it. It's probably his best performance as an actor, really. Of course, the supporting cast is great as well. Brian Cox playing his uncle. I always love to see him in that. And definitely, a lot of costume design is really good. Like, again, historical accuracies aside, this kind of garment, like the Irish kilt and everything like that, that became an iconic kind of visual of the movie. The same with like the paint, everything like that. So it's from a visual standpoint, again, one of the last real tangible kind of epics that you'd see, where you can kind of think they put a lot of effort into this instead of just running it through a computer or something like that, which I really admire about this film. I mean, this was, I believe this was Mel Gibson's directorial debut, so it's about as impressive as debuts can get from a director. So, I mean, it's just a great epic love story as well. He loves his wife, and he wants to honor her, and that's kind of beautiful in that way. And with the flower, it tugs at your heart. And just it has all the elements to a great story. It does have love, it has adventure, because there is merriment among the men. They're almost like Robin Hood and the Merry Men. So you feel like there is good times, like they're not just driven by anger and wanting to revolt and things like that. So they're humanized, which I like. And there's, of course, courage and betrayal and finally tragedy when William Wallace is, taken and beheaded, but not after some torture, where he doesn't drink that fluid that would have numbed the pain because he's just too much of a man for that. But yeah, whatever. I love it. Pretty much this movie. I mean, everybody loves this movie. I mean, I can't. If someone tells me I don't like Braveheart, I don't care for it. I'm like, what? Really? I think it's a great movie. So, pretty much not much too else to say about the movie. I just think it's a great and a great epic and with great action. It's just something that, if it's on, you can always watch it. And if you're bored on a day, you're like, yeah, I got 3 hours to spare. I'm gonna watch Braveheart because it's fucking awesome. So Braveheart, great movie, deserved the awards. Even though maybe I did like Apollo 13 better, which it was nominated for Best Picture as well. But all things considered, no complaints. So this is a great movie. You haven't watched Braveheart, I mean, you're missing out. You gotta check this out. And remember the good times with Mel when he seemed like he was somewhat sane. So yeah, that'll do it for this review. Thanks for watching.